Hello, everyone, and welcome to Diktuk Minute with Rabbi Wagshul. Today, we're going to be focused on a Diktuk skill of telling us who an object belongs to. Who does a noun, a person, place, or thing, word belong to? So, to do this, we are taking a simple noun that we may be familiar with, the noun beged. Beged means a garment. A garment is a piece of clothing that you wear. Notice I'm not using the word clothing because clothing could mean one item or more than one item. So we're just going to use garment. If I would say garments with an S in English, it would mean more than one piece of clothing. So now I've got my beged, I've got my garment. Now whose garment is it? So today we're going to experiment with scrambling this poor old garment into 4 different ways. We can use 4 different suffix combinations to make this garment belong to different people and also mean more than one garment. So let's start with our basic building blocks. You have some basic Hebrew words which are pronouns, which tell you who the object belongs to. Shalo would mean that it's his. Shala means that it's hers. Okay? That is our 2 basic pronouns here. Now, just a refresher, when you add a suffix, yud mem, at the end of a noun, it means more than one of. Okay, for those who remember, a little more complicated, yud mem means lashon zachar, masculine, but all you need to know for this video is that yud mem at the end of a word means more than one object. So, let's experiment with this and see what happens. If I take beged, garment, and I add o by the end of beged, what I'm actually doing is I'm actually making this garment beged shalo. But instead of writing the word shalo, his garment, I added the o there as short for shalo. So big do is beged shalo, his garment. That is what the o does. Now what happens in another combination? What if I wanted to make it her garment? So I would just take the hey, and notice that the kamatz now goes under the dalid, so it's big da. The hey doesn't have a vowel under it, so it's big da, right? And that is really short for beged, garment, shala, hers, right? The garment is hers. Beged shala, her garment. So far, so good. We know how to say beged for him and beged for her. Beged shalo is whose garment? His garment. And beged shala, or bigda, is whose garment? Her garment. Okay, so far so good. We've scrambled beged 2 ways. His and hers. But what happens if we now want to talk about more than one garment? More than one garment. What do we do? Well, we know that you have a suffix, yud mem, that helps us talk about more than one object. So, what happens if I did this? If I took the following suffix after beged. If I said bigadav, what does bigadav mean? Bigadav, it's still a beged, a garment, and that vav still means shalo. It's short for shalo, that it's his garment. But what's that extra yud doing there? That extra yud is actually short for im, the suffix yud mem. So bigadav is really, get this, we'll have to make it big over here. Bigadav is really the following. It's really as if you were saying, ha bigadim shelo, which would mean his garment or garments. You can call out the answer. His garment or his garments. Garments, right? More than one piece of clothing, more than one garment. Because that extra yud means it's short for im. So it's as if you said bigadim shalo. His, it's still shalo, it's still his, but it's im. It's bigadim, garments. His garments. Okay? So now we've scrambled that word, that old beged, that garment, three ways. We have bigdo, which is short for beged shalo, his garment. We have bigda, which is short for beged shala, her garment. And now we've made bigadav, which is short for bigadim shalo, his garments, plural. So now we have one more way, and that is if we're talking about a female's garments, that we would do the following. We would take away that suffix, and instead we would say something like this. Bigadeha. Bigadeha. So that, what do we have here? We have an extra hey by the end. That hey is still shala, that it's hers. And then we have that yud. And that yud is short for im. So it's really as if you were saying habigadim shala, which means her what? Garments, plural. You guys catch on quick. Her garments. Now, once again, that was scrambling around one word in 4 different ways. So let's quickly make a review. And once again, so you have beged, and then let's say big dough, call out. His garment, excellent. One garment belonging to him. Big da, call it out. Her garment, awesome. And big dove. His garments, very good. More than one for him. And bigadeha. Her garments. Excellent. Awesome. Now you can do the same thing with any noun. You might take the noun bayit. Just for fun, let's just do it with one more noun. Bayit. What's a bayit? Call it out. Bayit is a house. Let's play this game. What if I did call out the translation? Beito. His house. Very good. Beita. Her house. Awesome. What if I did, this sounds funny. Beitav. His houses. More than one house belonging to him. His homes. Nice one. His homes. Oh, it's a very rich guy. He's got more than one home. And Beiteha. Her houses. Awesome. And you can do the same thing. So you can now go and practice this trick with any noun. Just add any of these 4 suffixes and you will see the meaning change according to what we have learned. Thank you very much for watching. Happy translating.